We're live.
And we are now live. Everything is on and operational. Hello, all one person. Welcome to Mirthful Mysteries. My name is Jay.
And I'm Ray.
And we are Mirthful Mysteries. We will be talking today about the spooky, well, not that spooky, but definitely mysterious Bohemian Grove camp. It's a little horrifying. It's a little Illuminati, and it's a lot of owls. We'll get into that in a bit, but first we have uplifting news, because times are terrible right now, and we we don't want to just throw spooky mysteries without having something uplifting as well to improve people's days. And I found something amazing.
Ooh, what is it?
It's great. It's from Britain.
Oh, come through.
Yeah. So there was this World War II veteran, he's still alive, Captain Tom Moore, who just recently, on his 100th birthday, raised $40 million for health workers.
Whoa.
He did this by completing 100 laps of his garden with the aid of a walking frame. He did this in April. And he is officially going to become a knight. He is the only person who's being knighted during the COVID crisis. They're making special accommodations
like
for
from
him.
the Queen?
Yeah, by the Queen. The Queen is knighting him.
Knighting
at
him?
Windsor
Oh my god, that
Castle.
exists? That is so great.
Yeah, this guy's older than the Queen. The Queen is 94. He's 100.
Whoa.
Yeah. And he actually got an equip about his knighthood, this Captain Moore. He said, "I hope she's not very heavy-handed with the sword." And yeah.
That's
great.
Oh my gosh, that's actually really cute.
Yeah.
That's my favorite good news so far.
Oh, it's so good. Oh, he's also been made an honorary colonel because of this, and an honorary member of the England cricket team.
Ooh.
Yeah, he's getting it.
Yeah, he really is. Wow. He had to wait like 100 years.
He did have to wait 100 years.
Oh god.
Oh, man. Speaking of 100 years, you ready to hear about Bohemian Grove?
Yes, I have no idea what Bohemian Grove is. I know you talked about it on our last podcast last week, but
I mentioned it.
Yeah, but
inspiration.
I'm clueless.
Okay, so for you, and I assume the majority of listeners, Bohemian Grove is one of the most mysterious camps in the United States. It was founded in the 1800s, and it's basically a place for the rich and powerful where they can meet and talk. And it's actually a place where several plans have been made that have changed the course of the world. And perhaps it's a place where dark rituals and even darker secret societies exist. It currently has over 2,500 members, and it covers 2,700 acres. It's become increasingly inaccessible to the public as times go by, vamping up security, which has lended further mystery to the events that take place there, their participants, and it also has thrown some additional suspicion, Jesus, words, on the club's obsession with owls. They're very cult-like in their dedication to like owls of wisdom, and that dedication has done little to dissuade all of the conspiracy theories around it. So that's the brief overview. I'm about to dive into depth, but any first thoughts about this spooky, secretive rich man's club?
Wait, where did you say it was?
It's actually up in California. It is in I forgot to write that down, but it's in the north, filled with redwoods. It's right near a river called the Russian River. It's in Monte Rio. That's where it is.
Oh, Of course, it would be in California.
Yeah, Monte Rio, California. We have how long will this podcast last? First time listeners, this podcast usually lasts 40
About
minutes
an hour.
To an hour. Yeah. But yeah, so it's of course in California. I got some more information. So first of all, you got to be rich to get in here.
Right.
It has a $25,000 initiation fee plus hefty membership fees. Additionally, you have to be a man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Invalid. Canceled.
It's set up like an old-fashioned gentleman's club, which is not a strip club, although that's the modern connotation. It's basically a private social club that the British people used to set up. And it's meant for upper working class men and women. And so Bohemian Grove actually deviates because it's all rich and it's all male.
So is this like a sub club of the Illuminati?
That's one of the theories, is that it's an Illuminati sect. And there was actually, they got taken to court because they also weren't hiring women. They were only hiring men to work the camp. And that got, in the California Supreme Court, they were banned from doing that. They're like, you have to hire women.
So they do hire women, but they don't have
not
women
for members. Like people going to the camp. Members, however, can bring friends, family, and spouses, as long as the main camp isn't in session. But those people have to leave at 10 p.m. every night.
So is this like a fancy high-end where you like have to come in suits and like dresses and like look all bedazzled? Or is it just like, you can, or is it like Bohemian clothes? Because Bohemian.
During the actual camp, it's the opposite of dressed up. Like there's a lot of reports of all of the guys walking around naked, peeing on all of the trees. Just like,
oh my God.
They basically turn it into a frat party for like rich guys. But if you're a member for 40 years, you become an old guard. One of our former presidents, Herbert Hoover, became an old guard. And when he became an old guard of this camp, he actually compared the honor to his frequent role as veteran counselor to later presidents. So it's a big deal for all of these like rich and famous people going to the camp. They have a lot of ties to the camp that people are like trying to explain that go above and beyond just it being a summer getaway for rich people, is what most people believe.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. It also has a creepy motto that isn't that effective. Its motto is "Weaving spiders come not here," which is taken to mean, hey, don't discuss business at camp. However, business is discussed anyways in these smaller groups. To the point where the Manhattan Project, the idea for the Manhattan Project originated at this camp.
No way.
Yeah. Everyone who was a founder on the Manhattan Project first discussed it at this camp.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And that's
what does that even mean?
That means they're like, hey, friend I'm camping with, let's get together, like, I think it's 10 of these, like, rich, powerful people in the government and sciences, and let's discuss the idea of building a super weapon.
Oh my
And they did. So shit like that, for sure, goes on in this camp. This is the only event the camp actually confirms has happened here. They're very secretive.
So how did that piece of information get leaked? Like, did someone say, like, oh yeah, like we thought it up first, type of thing?
They did. The one of the members of this like council, like who created the Manhattan Project, made it, or like bragged about it, and then the camp confirmed it. And it's actually something they tell to new initiates, is like, this is something that has happened here.
Oh, like propaganda? Like, oh, like if you're part of this club, we can be collaborating into like these great ideas like the Manhattan Project type of thing.
Yeah, they tell that to people who have just joined. They don't recruit at all.
So what if like that sort of group right now is like plotting the whole genocide of the human race?
That would be a very Illuminati move, for sure.
Right?
they have the power. This is like all of CEOs and politicians of like the top of the top. I have some examples of their famous members throughout history. Examples are Clint Eastwood is a member. Yep. Henry Kissinger, Walter Cronkite, Richard Nixon, Ronald Reagan, Mark Twain, Jack London, and almost every Republican president has been a member since the club's founding.
Do they have like a little symbol? Like, isn't like the Illuminati like the pyramid with the eye? Like, it is like if they do like a triangle, it's like, oh shit, that's Illuminati. So like, what if there was? Do they have like a hand gesture or whatever?
They have their symbol is the owl. It's the owl of wisdom. I don't have the logo in here in these slides, but it's an owl just looking at the viewer. It's actually very similar to Randonautica's logo.
Yeah.
Except the owl's head is slightly less bent in Bohemian Grove's logo. And speaking of the owls, so their big camp is a midsummer camp. So it's very like occultish.
Oh my god. That movie freaked me out.
Over 2 weeks. And they start the camp by burning a giant effigy of the owl. This is what it looks like. Some journalists snuck in, got this photo. They like burn, it's a stone owl, but they burn something in front of it. And it's known as the cremation of care. And a journalist snuck in and actually got us the text they use to like advertise to their members that this is about to go on. And it's pretty, it's not pretty culty. It's a little culty. It's come join us. It's a little culty. It's come join us as we raise the battle banners in the name of beauty, truth, peace, and fellowship. O beauty's vassals, let us together seek the counsel of the great owl of Bohemia so that we may rediscover the wisdom needed to banish dull care once again. And then they set fire to the owl. And this kicks off this camp every midsummer.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That is like I don't even okay, so when they start this whole 2-week vacation or whatever,
yeah,
to be honest, they have to burn this. What did you call it again?
It's an effigy. An effigy is something that's like basically built to represent something for the purpose of being destroyed. Yeah.
Did you say what it represented?
It's the effigy. They say it's dull care is what they call it.
That is so general. Like, what's dull care?
Or,
like people who are stupid?
Or just care. Yeah, the ceremony is known as cremation of care. And it kicks off their, like, 2 weeks of heavy drinking, peeing in the woods, and also many, many informal talks about very serious issues. And it's informal because they're not supposed to be officially talking about business.
Talk about business, yeah.
And also a lot of shows. There's actually quite a few artists who come to this camp to do performances as well.
What? Deadass is Drake or Kanye. I feel like it's more Kanye. I feel like you join this type of thing.
This camp is mainly white people.
Oh.
I say mainly because it's not all white people, but it's mainly white people.
Ugh.
Also, the weird thing during their midsummer event, it's so big that while members are normally allowed to bring as many guests as they want, they're only allowed to bring one guest to this event. And to get into the club, the Bohemian Club, to become a member, you have to be a guest first. And then you pay the initiation fee and you do everything. So it's very hard to get in.
Right. You got to be like super elite to RSVP.
Yeah. You actually don't get to RSVP. You don't get reserved seats until you're a senior member, until you have the 40 years.
Oh my gosh. So this is like, oh wow.
Yeah.
You're literally giving yourself to something like this then.
This is, the picture I'm showing right now is actually the camp at their dining tables. Outside, hundreds of members and the old guard gets reserved seats at this and in other places. Interestingly enough, Bohemian Grove has drawn both conspiracy theorists and hate from both far sides of the political spectrum. Both sides hate it. There's a far left peace protester named Mary Moore who has been protesting against this camp for years. And she lives in the woods right next to it as a result of her protests. She hates the camp. And on the far right side, Alex Jones, the journalist, he also hates the camp. He's also accused them of Satanism. And he's one of the journalists who snuck in. And I believe this burning owl picture is actually courtesy of Alex Jones, and I think it was a French photographer who snuck in with him. So
I'm just going to make a comment just from seeing the photo with everyone at like the tables. There was not one person of color in that photo. Not one.
Yeah.
I'm low-key offended.
This is an older photo. I'm sure they have at least 5% people of color.
Bro, probably be like one person.
Yeah. There's also no women in this photo. This is the definition of a boys' club.
Worse than a boys' club, bro. So, nah, man, that's too controversial. I'm not even gonna say it. I'm not gonna. Scratch it.
All right. Scratch it. Okay, there are several conspiracy theories about what this club really is. Less than all of our other presentations, but they're still juicy theories. And they are all united by a singular fact.
Okay.
That fact is that the locals discount all of these theories, and they say it's just fat white men who go and camp for 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not fun. We don't believe that. Of course, that's what the locals will say. They've probably been paid off. This is a conspiracy episode. We're going to be conspiratorial.
Woo.
The first theory and the most banal theory has nothing to do with occultism, has nothing to do with Illuminati. It's that this camp is a cover-up for illegal logging. So this is a camp in the Redwoods, and an unidentified former member has said that the camp cuts down the ancient redwoods around it for ceremonies and entertainment stuff. It's not been substantiated as far as I can tell. However, they have a lot of small wooden owl carvings in their camp, like in the workers' quarters, everywhere. They have these owl carvings.
There's probably cameras inside them.
They're spooky. I think, they've got to carve those owls from something. Might as well make it the redwoods.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's my ode to tree theory in this.
Okay.
What do you think? What do you think of illegal cover-up for logging? How likely?
I mean, that's pretty likely. I think, a lot of people do a lot of cover-ups, as people, I mean, the government, and say like, oh, that's false,
Yep.
Completely ignore it,
There are a lot of government people who go to this camp, so it's entirely possible anyone at this camp could swing their weight around and get anything buried.
To be honest.
Yeah, I might be on a list for researching all of this.
Oh, okay.
Because there's a big deal. The second big theory, the one touted by Alex Jones himself, is that they're a bunch of Satanists.
Uh-huh. I don't think so.
Well, there's the owl burning. There's
That's not really satanic, though.
Have you seen the photo of the owl? Look at this. Look at how horrifying this is.
I know. I know. But I don't think, owls are not really symbols of Satanism. If anything, especially when it comes to Midsommar, if anything, that's probably Wicca, and Wicca's far off from satanic stuff. And I don't know. With them, I feel like it is a cult that's trying to be glorifying something, but I don't think it involves Satan.
Yeah. They'd probably be glorifying debauchery.
Yeah.
Because they burn the owl of care at the start. Mm-hmm. And then they basically drink and do whatever. They start drinking at 7 a.m. is when all the drinks start getting passed out.
Yeah.
Peeing on trees, running around naked. They become basically rich vagrants for 2 weeks. And this theory is like that vagrancy isn't regular vagrancy. It's satanic vagrancy.
Mm-hmm.
They also have other occultish things. This owl can apparently speak. It has equipment within it.
Okay.
It looks like it's made of stone, but it has equipment within it, and it has the voice of Walter Cronkite. This is the original news broadcaster, trusted around the nation. He lent his voice to this owl, and it has recorded dialogue from Walter Cronkite.
Oh my gosh. Do they use that sort of equipment where, you know what I'm talking about? Like, you know how what's it called?
Oh, where they like imitate your voice?
Yeah.
No. They got him to record everything. Like way back when. He was a member of this club. I thought
they were using, okay. Oh, so it's not that cool then. Never mind.
Well, it's cool because like all of these people from different walks of life come here, socialize, and show immense dedication to this camp.
Uh-huh.
Like, scary dedication.
Yeah, very.
And
very
the
spooky.
biggest theory on this camp, we referenced it earlier, it's that this camp is a base for the Illuminati or a similar organization. Boom. That's the Illuminati. For those of you who don't know, the Illuminati is a theorized group that conspires to control world affairs by masterminding events, planting agents in governments and corporations, etc., to gain political power and influence
and money.
To establish money and to
fame.
Establish a new world order.
Yeah.
If they have a base, this is the perfect place. 2,500 of the world's most powerful and richest men all in one place, all for 2 weeks, drinking, having a good time, talking with each other. We know that these people do plan because they made the Manhattan Project for sure.
Mm-hmm.
There's no telling what they're planning that they've kept under wraps. This is a perfect place. They have thousands of powerful members, reach all over the world, could easily coordinate to manipulate events. And like I've mentioned before, they have the owls everywhere, which is very cult-like. Very much. Like, even summer camps with, like, a cool mascot don't advertise as much as they have their owl. It's everywhere.
Maybe those, like I said earlier, like, maybe those owls are, if they have, like, a stone owl with equipment inside it, maybe those could be, like, cameras, like, security, and they, like, watch everybody. And I think it would be cute, too. You know how, like, owls, like, turn their heads? Like, they have very flexible, like a flexible spine.
Yeah. Are you suggesting the owl statue follows you?
Yes.
Oh my god.
It's like the theory, like the pigeons are working for the government and they're supposedly spy on everyone. What if it's owls?
Oh, I hate the idea of me walking past an owl statue and it's just like turning to follow me. I would hate that. I mean, that could actually be a purpose of the owls. They do have some of the best security in the world. They use like vibration detections to check for people in the forest, heat seeking. All of their personnel are like ex-military, like spec ops type people.
Yeah.
And that's just in the off season.
Yeah, and like, okay. So, me with my galaxy brain over here. Okay, you know the movie in the Incredibles where you had that crow who saw Dash and Violet, and it looked like a regular bird, but then
was it camera?
Yeah. Like, what if that was like the owls? That's how they do the security. So if they see an intruder, the owls will be like, doing that sort of thing. Yeah, like, access denied or whatever, and be like, whoo, and then like alerts all the other owls.
Man.
And no one leaves. Like, they just get trapped somewhere.
Man, chest blowing up. Yeah, that eye is on our currency. The Illuminati eye. It's actually representative of...
The third eye?
No, it's representative of, I believe, the eye of Horace?
Uh,
I just pulled out a $1 bill to check. Yeah, which is knowledge, and it is wisdom. It's just a symbol that has been. It's used in a lot of things, primarily.
Same with the owl.
Which
Supposedly an owl is knowledge and wisdom.
Yeah.
Mm.
And they do. They appeal to the owl of knowledge while they burn dull care, which
I still have no idea what that even means. How dull care?
Yeah,
Like,
they're like caring for stuff boring. We're going to initiate 2 weeks of like debauchery and controlling the world and cults.
and selfish acts.
Yeah, a lot of that is not verified. That's just like my own speculation. What they do actually say is they're going to burn dull care. And then they go off and they act wild. That is the actual facts.
Okay.
Yeah, they 100% would have had their hands in U.S. politics. Potentially, they probably were involved in some capacity, at least an observable capacity of the Black Lives Matter movement. And
what? Whoa.
I'm just reading the chat. I'm reading the chat. These are the big events.
Oh.
These are the most successful politicians and people out there. They definitely at least have their eye on everything. Direct influence is always going to be hard to prove.
Bro, okay, wait, hold up. Okay. So, I was following the whole Black Lives Movement stuff, right?
Yeah.
And there were these guys, these men, wearing all black suits and destroying everything.
Ooh. That.
Like, in different parts of the United States, different cities. Like, even people on Twitter were like, listen, if you see a guy all dressed in black, probably 30s, young, mid 30s or whatever, watch him, record him, because they're like hurting people, they're causing havoc, and they're causing riots. Yeah. I don't know. That's
Sounds like
something I saw on Twitter and
So-
something I've been seeing.
Yeah. Sounds like someone definitely hired these people to do that stuff. It could have easily been Bohemian Grove.
What if? Oh god, that's terrifying.
Yeah. It's spooky, this camp. And there was not a lot of information. Like, people cannot get in. In all of my research, only 2 journalists had breached the defenses. One of them was Alex Jones and the French person. And they walked in, they got a few pictures, and then they were, like, caught. The other one was a recent journalist who actually infiltrated posing as a member. And he got found out, and he got, like, a list of all their activities. But he got found out and kicked out, I think, an hour and a half into the first day.
How do they know?
Their security is so tight. It's insane.
What?
Like, I was researching their security. They had stuff I hadn't even heard about. Like, I thought the, like, vibration sensing tech was, like, a sci-fi made-up thing. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. This is spooky. It really scares me to know that there's some big dudes out there who are, like, controlling us without us even knowing. Okay, I don't mean, this is very controversial because he's a controversial person, but I don't mean to pull, like, a Shane Dawson with, like, conspiracy theories. But, like, let's be real. Like, social media and things we see on TV and just, like, as society as a whole, like, we're all being controlled in some way or another by some higher force or power, And to know, like, these groups, like, even famous people, we don't know. Like, even with famous people, like, they could be also part of that agenda because some of them are, theorized to be part of the Illuminati. And if they're men, especially political figures, and they're part of this Bohemian Grove, you know what I mean? Like, that doesn't sit right with me. I don't like that. I don't like that one bit.
It's definitely spooky. But hey, if I become famous, in a few years I'll try to get into the Grove and, like, do all of the peeing on trees, and then I'll tell everyone what it's actually like. Or I'll become indoctrinated and lie to you all. Either way, Great for me.
Oh god.
But yeah. So
I'm nauseous.
you're nauseous.
I'm nauseous. I don't like this. This is so this I mean, in comparison to all the other stuff that we talked about on here, this one's the creepiest. Because I 100% think it's real. Like I think in fact like this has a higher chance of being like who cares about demons and ghosts? Like that's you know, you have control over that. Like this, people like us have no control over something like this. You know what I mean? Like these people who run naked in the woods and piss on trees and that also plan the Manhattan Project. You know what I mean?
I do. We have who served them food. Like, they have employees, chat. They have employees here. Until recently, the employees were all men. But that's changed. So they have people who clean. They have people who, like, serve food. I'm not bringing you as a guest.
I mean, don't you have to be, like, really rich to be part of this group, though?
Yeah. If I'm really rich, I'm not going to shell out an extra $25,000. I'm not going to shell out an additional one to bring a guest. I'll bring my family on the days family's allowed from like 8 to 9.
Yeah.
Oh, also
I can go in too, but I'll wear a disguise.
Yeah. You're allowed to come as a friend during off days.
No, I'm gonna be a member. I'm gonna be a spy. I'm gonna be a double agent. I'm gonna pull a Black Widow.
Also, interestingly, they have a lodge in here, like kind of their main like room. No one but members are allowed on the upper floors. Even during like the entire camp is open for like friends and guests, only members are allowed on the top few floors. So there also could be like weird occult rooms. I really like my father begging me to bring them into this rich person's debauchery camp in the future.
Just ask them if they're hiring and and just get on in there and
so
easy.
I want the free drinks. I don't want to work.
That's fine. If everyone's drunk, that means you're taking a break because no one's there to order you around because everyone's too drunk to order people around. Ooh, so you just drink with them.
That seems bad to try to drink and carouse as a working class person amongst the richest and most powerful people ever.
That's the whole point, is to befriend them. You know what I mean?
You have to have so much like natural charisma to like hit past that.
Oh, please. Insane. I'm sure it's possible.
I don't know why my dad is saying he likes this place. He's a priest. He's ordained. He does charity work. Oh, you know why he would like this place? It's because his charity work is he gets donors for his thing. This would be the perfect place for him. 2 weeks alone with the richest and most powerful people in the world. Like, he would make bank.
Definitely.
Or he might, according to chat, just want to pee on a tree. Who knows?
Whatever's a win-win.
All right, let's wrap up Bohemian Grove and move into the rambles. So, in conclusion of Bohemian Grove,
wait.
What?
Is there no theories about aliens with this one?
There are no theories about aliens on this one.
What?
I can
like they wouldn't even know aliens exist. I'm sure they would probably. Because
this seems like the group that might be involved in alien cover-ups. Here's the thing. This is the richest and most powerful people. You could have a theory being like, these people are involved in like every single world event or conspiracy theory at all, and it's all based here. So I tried to cover what the camp itself could be, rather than being like, hey, they could have done this. Yeah, they totally could do like alien cover-up stuff, monster cover-up things. uh, whatever, planning like wars and stuff.
Because okay, I'm like going to reference like an 80s film. I think it's in the 80s. I saw it in like a cinema class,
Right.
and it's with this dude. Like he wears these glasses, and he can like see the truth of the world around him, and how like these aliens are disguised as like humans. Okay, like I can't even remember what it's called, but what if, okay, hear me out, hear me out, hear me out. What if the members of the Bohemian Grove were actually aliens disguised as human beings?
You're all right. You're suggesting Mark Twain was an alien.
Yes. Have
Ronald
you seen
Reagan.
Clint Eastwood? Eastwood? Whoa.
Clint
Have
Eastwood.
you seen him? Like that
Ronald
Eastwood.
Reagan. Jack London.
I'm telling you. I'm
Walter
telling
Cronkite.
you. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Or like you know how there's a theory of like lizard people, like those
They're the
reptiles.
lizard people.
They're the lizard people.
Oh my lord. Then why wouldn't they have a statue to like a giant lizard?
Because lizards don't mean wisdom. They're not very cultish. Like,
Lizards are
come on, dude.
pretty cultish.
Owl is literally grade A cult mascot. Like,
Oh my word. Now I'm imagining like a pitch meeting for their like lizard camp, and one of them's like, "Hey guys, let's just, we're lizards. Let's have a giant lizard." And another people are like, "No, that's stupid, Fred. We're going to have a giant owl cuz it's wise." And it's like, "But don't we want to have lizard pride?" It's like, "Fred, shut up. We're making like a weird thing. We're not having like this lizard talk anymore." And then they kick him out of the camp. And he started all these
because
conspiracy theories.
plus besides, like you don't want to give away your identity. It's like, oh, duh, we should have known there were lizard people because their mascot was
It's a lizard?
lizards. Like, use owls. Use owls. There you go. Genius.
Oh man, lizard people. But yeah, so there, about the camp itself, there's not actually as many theories as the other mysteries that we've covered or will cover, but the hate that Bohemian Grove receives on both sides, both extremes of the political aisle, and because Bohemian Grove is always increasing its secrecy and security, all of these basically ensure Bohemian Grove is going to remain a breeding ground for mysteries and conspiracy for a long, long time. We can probably do like another episode on this like 20 years from now, and it'll still be fresh.
Still be fresh.
It'll still be fresh. Anyways, for everyone listening, that was Bohemian Grove. Thank you for listening. We're about to go into the rambles for a bit. If you want to stay tuned to listen to us talk about potentially the Grove a little more, potentially other conspiracy theories, potentially just ramble, stay on. Otherwise, peace
Lizard
out.
people.
We'll see you next week. Rebecca is presenting something cool.
Probably. I don't know.
It'll be cool. It'll be great. You'll all love it.
All right, let's get back to lizard people because
let's
I'm
get back to
100%
lizard
about this
people.
theory. No, like for real. Like I was like probably 12 when I discovered this theory and how like there was theories. Okay, there was also a theory of like Britney Spears being a clone.
Lizard people? Oh, it's a clone?
Have you ever seen that theory?
No, I just heard
Like people of the Illuminati create clones of big stars, or they use reptilian people to like, you know what I mean? Like I'm telling you, like the aliens turning, using human people as disguises. Like I don't know. I see stuff like that all the time.
That would be spooky. Chat is making a connection between lizards and the aliens. The lizards are meant to come from underground, not from space. They don't know space travel.
What if they do? We don't know. We never seen one.
That's
like how else would they come? I mean, there's nothing below us. They're just full of lava, magma, in like the center of the earth. It's like, is it going to be like Journey to the... No, that's true. It would be like Journey to the Center of the Earth, right? Wasn't there like lizard people, like in the old show?
I don't remember. I just remember
who had like
being,
those little
dinosaurs and like it was scary.
Scary.
Scary. Oh my gosh. I don't like lizard people. I've seen too many videos of like I've gone down conspiracy theory rabbit holes with lizard people. Not great. Don't like it.
I mean, I've seen. I don't know. I feel like lizard people is a lot less intimidating than the whole Bohemian Grove stuff.
I mean, because Bohemian Grove is an actual place.
I know. I don't know. It's just
We could drive up there. Like, we couldn't get in. We could drive up to
no.
Monte Rio.
Nah, man. I'll be randonauting somewhere else.
What if we randonauted in Monte Rio?
Oh no, that would be
Yes.
terrifying.
That'd be so good.
No, man. That app is really messed up. I know we talked about it last week, but oh my goodness. I'm telling you, it's just people are finding really spooky things. I'm seeing some stuff and I'm like, mm-mm.
No, I'm
tripping.
I've seen a fake scary story from Bohemian Grove, like a cryptid.
Oh.
It's from like a website that is clearly fake. It's from the SCP website that structures this all as like anomalies that they've contained, and this anomaly was from Bohemian Grove, and it was Richard Nixon. According to the article, this is the creepy bit. According to like this fake article, the Richard Nixon they have in containment is the real Richard Nixon. And what happened to him in Bohemian Grove is he went and they did some ceremony that extracted his like power and ambition and all of that. So the real version doesn't have any power and ambition and knowledge anymore, has all of his negative flaws. And then from that, they made a new Richard Nixon, the Richard Nixon that would go on to become president and do
I'm telling you,
Watergate
clones,
and all that.
man.
Yeah, no, it was like a clone, and he is like an evil clone, and they thought they killed the real Richard Nixon, but he escaped. And the Containment Foundation is like, well, we can't release you because everyone thinks the fake Richard Nixon is the real one. And it would like blow up everyone's minds.
No.
And so he's just kept in containment.
No way. Didn't they have one where was it Walt Disney? Like there was like theories, like I'm not even joking. This is real. Like there was that he's frozen.
Yeah.
He's kept in ice, like some fucking I don't know fruit or some shit.
Hey.
Like raw meat, you know? Like.
Yeah, I think the rumor was he's frozen beneath like the Cinderella castle or something like that.
Oh no! Don't even say that. No, that's creepy. No, that's weird to me. I'm like, why? Why would you do that to that man?
So he can be revived later.
Ugh.
Man. And maybe come back, fix what Disney's done to Star Wars. Lord.
Honestly, I don't know. I need to look into some theories for Disney because they're like becoming like a monopoly. They're like owning or like buying so many different what do you call them? Like
studios?
Studios, yeah.
Yeah.
Companies. Yeah.
They're really a big conglomeration. They're one of the biggest. So little
like what's the purpose? I know it's like money, but like why? Like why can't like oh my god, I don't know. Next thing you know, everything's gonna be Disney. Everything's gonna be Disney. Like no, hey, like I like Disney, but anyway.
Oh man. I mean, apparently they just reopened Epcot with changes.
They opened World.
Yeah. Ooh, nice.
In Florida.
Yeah, it looks like they have people checking temperatures, masks. I mean, I've seen a bunch of people ragging on them, and I'm like, man, they just opened, and now I see they have thermometers and masks, and I'm like, oh, and their crew members have the little plastic visor in addition to a mask. I think that's fine.
Okay, so I think that's your dad, right? Who made that comment? Disney goes to the camp. What if?
I can probably look that up.
Like, okay, like let's you know. Like, let's talk about Gravity Falls for a second. They do a lot of weird stuff that is very much similar to, like, the Bohemian Grove.
Well, Disney attended Bohemian Grove.
No way.
Yeah, he did. He attended Bohemian Grove.
No!
In Looks like 1963.
No way.
Yeah. He was invited.
He was invited.
He complained about the camp when he returned. He said he couldn't sleep because of the snores in nearby tents. And then he described
I'm
and
sorry.
reproduced each of the snores to the hilarity of his storymen. And the result of that was in the snoring sequence in Sleeping Beauty's dwarf cottage.
I literally was just thinking about that right now. I was just like, who had the most like obnoxious snores? That was just really funny. It was the dwarves. Yeah.
Yeah. So he came,
Dude.
and it helped inspire at least a part of Sleeping Beauty. Yeah.
I'm in shock. Oh my god.
Who's
I
the
mean,
current
okay,
CEO?
so maybe yeah, maybe it was like old Disney, but I'm not gonna be surprised if it will be current Disney. Because I mean, I've had like some pals of mine who interned at like Disney studios, like animation and everything, even at the parks. A few of them did, and they said that place, it's like it's rough, you know. It's very uh business like,
Disney?
but very yeah,
Oh, yeah.
very very like almost cult like. It's like a weird culture. Like when you work with them, it's like a weird culture is what my roommate said.
So, interestingly, I just looked this up. The current
Uh-huh.
CEO, who's Bob Chapek's, who recently
Uh-huh.
replaced the last CEO. I don't find any information for him attending Bohemian Grove, but their previous CEO, Bob Iger, did.
Oh shit! I'm out of here. Oh no.
My assumption is their current CEO will be getting an invitation soon. And it's smart for like rich people to go to this because it's networking and all of that. But it's frightening.
Dude.
Yeah.
Oh
Oh, and Bob Iger
man.
is still a part of Disney, but he's focusing on the creative side.
Ooh. Oh.
Yeah, modern famous people. Apparently on Tom Sawyer Island, Owls Watch You. Original Disney.
Oh goodness.
Yeah.
Bro, stop. Oh shit, dude. Do we crack another theory?
Um,
Oh dang. That's spooky.
it is a little people go.
Oh man.
And like every year people hate Bohemian Grove, and there's like protests against the Illuminati.
I don't understand.
Interestingly,
Why would they hate them?
people generally look down upon rich people, just as a rule.
Right, eat the rich. Got it.
Yeah. But what's interesting is while nearly every Republican president has been a member of this grove, the current president has not been.
Oh my god.
So, this world is it's a
Oh
very complicated world.
man, who hasn't gone?
Um, I can look up to see if Kanye West. Their guest list is
I'm
like
pretty sure he did.
pretty on the down low. Like they're
I'm pretty
not
sure
posting
Kanye
their
would.
guest list online. People have to talk.
Yeah.
Um. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, there's a burden of the. Oh, and I forgot to mention this. the entire camp concludes with a play that gets written at camp and then performed by like actors and guests in attendance. And this is
Like
a very
Broadway?
expensive,
Like Broadway actors?
potentially Broadway screen, like CEOs and stuff who get cast. This is also a very expensive production. I no longer have my notes pulled up, but the one production we have numbers for is a really old production, and they translated that to like modern day numbers, and it was like over $100 million worth of tech and costumes and all of that. Yeah, this is expensive.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So, okay. So, if rich people can also be in it too, and mostly rich people are technically like very
Rich and
famous,
powerful.
well-known people.
Yeah.
So if they're doing like plays like that, could like really like well-known actors?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well-known artists are also part of it. They're usually invited. The original Grove was made for like actors. It's the Bohemian, and then it got like pretty quickly taken over, but they still have them come. And like they're there, they like hang out, they entertain. So yeah, artists fully part of this. They're just not members usually, unless they have a ton of money.
And they still go. Like, and they
Yeah,
know,
of course.
like, oh, we know what the Grove is.
Well,
Ooh.
look, how this is an opportunity to entertain for and network with a couple thousand of the richest and most powerful people in the world. Like, even if you hate the concept of the camp, as like a business person, as a business person, you should go just for the networking. As an artist, you should go so that these people know who you are.
Damn, that's dirty. That's dirty work.
Oh yeah, but it makes
That's
it
dirty.
so successful. And
Like that's just basically like, oh, if you sign up for the Illuminati, like you're guaranteed great success. Like, you know,
course.
but if you don't, all right, well, best luck to you.
also,
Sayonara. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That also means you're not getting in front of like rich people who aren't ambitious because of the invite system. You can't just buy your way in. You have to be invited by a current member. And ambitious people tend not to like unambitious, like lazy people, even if they are also rich.
Okay, that's terrible. First off, I'm ambitious, but I know for a fact I ain't gonna be going to no Grove.
You gotta be rich
Doesn't-
and you gotta be a man.
well, not like an invited guest. Like I would politely decline. I'm like, I'm sorry, but
If you had the opportunity and they're like, hey, each of these people has a net worth of like $1 billion, and all you need is one person to be like, hey, I like this performance, and you are like a millionaire with just that one person.
I'll get a lottery ticket. I'll get a lottery ticket.
Honestly,
I'll play it safe.
If I get invited, I'm going.
No, man.
Oh my word. They have look, come on. It's like peach bellinis and some fizz drink that starts getting served at 7 a.m. Of course I'm going.
I don't know. I feel like if I do go, I'll probably get like roofied and drugged and like killed.
And killed?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't trust this Grove people. If they're even an inch, like if their foot is even in the Illuminati water, I feel like I'm gonna get killed if I get involved with them.
They don't need to kill you. The Illuminati can work in subtler ways.
Like what?
Like destroy your
Have me
reputation.
go missing? Like that one actress? Oh.
Which one actress?
Like she's from Glee. Like her son and her went onto this boat and she like disappeared. And part of me is like, okay, first off, wouldn't the son know where his own mom went? But he doesn't know. But he says she didn't jump off the boat. So it's like, where the fuck did she go? Did she like just out of thin air? Like
she clearly fell off the boat.
Yeah,
and the
but
son
like,
just didn't notice. The son's probably embarrassed. He's probably like, I was playing my Nintendo DS, and I didn't notice my mom fall off the boat and like die.
Wouldn't you hear a splash though? Like I feel even if you're very invested in something, you would hear like that
I
would
mean,
grab your
if
attention.
she wandered out on deck at night while he was
No,
asleep.
it was in the middle of the day.
Oh,
Like there was security cameras seeing her park really badly, by the way, and like walking ahead of her son, and I don't know, it looked really weird.
so
It didn't sit right with me,
she
but
was drunk. Yeah, son was sleeping. She was drunk, fell off the boat, died. Boom. Case
uh,
solved. Another win for Detective Zarecki.
oh my God. Theory busted.
Yeah, so all that
Well,
tells me is
never mind.
is don't get on boats. That's what that tells me. I don't see anything that says
Yeah.
to not go to Bohemian Grove. Drunk
Period.
and drowned, yeah.
I wouldn't like listen, as probably the only female here. I don't trust men, so I would not go to the Grove. Like if the
Whoa,
whole
I'm a
entire
man.
place,
Do you not trust me?
no.
Crying. I'm gonna have to break out the vodka.
Vodka, please. I'm talking about like middle-aged men in this large group
Conceptually.
that are butt naked, wild, and drunk. Like,
Oh, I don't trust anyone who's butt naked and drunk for sure. Like those are two big
I wouldn't feel
criterion.
safe.
Like if you're gonna have me trust you, you at least gotta be clothed.
At least be
That's like the bare minimum requirements for me to trust you.
At least that's your bare minimum.
It's my
Oh
bare
my
minimum.
goodness.
Like I need some other factors, but like I can have all of the other factors in the world, and if you're not wearing clothes, I'm not gonna I'm gonna trust you.
Oh my God, this just reminds me of like I think I don't know if it was the first podcast and how like that one god runs around naked. And you're like, yeah, he's a god. That's totally natural. Like,
He's a
would you
god.
trust him? Would you
What was our
trust him?
first part? The bloop?
Yeah.
What god was I talking about?
I have no idea what his name was, but I know he walks around butt naked, and I'm like, listen.
Oh my word. So the two people who are talking in chat are my dad and my uncle.
Oh my God.
What do I
What
want for dinner
on
Saturday?
Sunday?
I don't care. Not Indian food. um my dad
Hold on,
is not hiding anything. Look,
I'm in tears.
look, Dad, you can hide stuff. If you're not wearing clothes, I'm not gonna trust you. I don't care if you're my dad or not.
Oh my God.
Like, the Lord himself could come down to me, but if it was naked, I'd be like, sorry, good Lord. You're gonna have to put on like a t-shirt at least, please. I don't trust naked people.
At least a t-shirt, no shorts or pants.
Well, I mean, look, he's
Sorry.
it's God. I can't ask too much. Like
My
I don't
mind
want
is
to
sick.
impose.
All I see is Jesus Christ in just a t-shirt. Okay.
Yeah, you can hide stuff when you are naked, sure, but it requires a personal sacrifice that many people aren't willing to make.
A painful one.
Painful.
Good.
Yeah, and if someone's hidden something while they're naked, that's even greater reason not to trust nude people.
Like nudist beaches. I don't know, man. Those places freak me out. I remember I went to one because my mom was really interested, and she was like, "Oh my God, this place is great," and I was like, "Listen, there is a lot of cracks and a lot of wrinkles, more than my eyes are comfortable with. Like, too many crooks and crannies. I'm sorry."
I know. When he was a teenager, my dad had a nudist phase, and so he was allowed to walk around his house naked. But his dad, my grandfather, wouldn't let him outside. And so, yeah, for like, I think it was a few months, my dad's entire family had to deal with the fact that their son was walking around the house naked all the time.
I wish I had that sort of confidence, to just do that. I used to do that when I was 4. Like after my bath time, I would run around naked, and my mom would try to put like panties on me or something. I don't know where that girl went, but I'm not her anymore.
Yeah. My dad's family were not happy that he was naked. They would have wished he had a little less confidence.
Oh,
and my dad still wants to be a nudist. Nude beaches are good.
I mean, it's not preference. I don't think
them.
it's mine. I don't think it's my sort of crowd. I don't vibe.
I don't vibe with nude beaches.
I don't vibe with naked people.
I don't trust naked people. Man, can you imagine how paranoid I would be at a nude beach?
I'm telling you, it's weird, man.
I'd be afraid. I'd have to like open carry an assault rifle to feel safe at a nude beach.
No, like dead ass. Like, how would you go in the water?
You just.
I don't want to be feeling any jellyfish filling up on me. You know what I mean? Like, listen, I'm not Ariel.
Oh my word! Gosh, yeah, there's a lot of creatures in the ocean.
No.
Can't trust people like that who do that with confidence. There's like some level of psychopathy there. Don't trust it. Oh man.
Like
we started with cults. We ended with nude beaches. I think we've learned a lot today. We're over an hour. We've revealed that I hate nudists, and that Rebecca hates the Illuminati. Rebecca eats the rich.
Eat the rich.
Eat the rich. Don't trust nudists. That's our motto for this episode. Great. Thank you all for coming. I think this is a good time to and stream. They definitely could not see you make the peace symbol, Rebecca.
I know. I was going to say peace, but I didn't want to interrupt you.
All right. Closing. All right. Thank you all for coming. I have been Jay.
And I'm Ray.
And this has been Mirthful Mysteries. We will catch you all next week where Rebecca gives us something cool. We don't know yet, but it'll be amazing. Thank you all for coming.
I don't know either.
You all were great. Peace out.
Bye.